Oh, hey, we're back. You missed us. You know you did, and you've watched all 5 Twilight movies in 2 weeks in preparation for this moment. Zach and I are going back to back.
Go the other way, Angie. Go the other way.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Welcome to Monsterhearts. It's Thursday. We're here. The weather is kind of okay. At least in Chicago, it's warm, but it is rainy, so it's perfect for Forks, Washington. But before we go to Forks, Washington, some announcements in the real world. We are CharmedPersons and we stream. And you can catch us again, not Sunday like usual for whatever reason. But on Monday, it's the next episode of Talk With Me, which is now no longer a journey that I want to be on. Not the whole series, but whatever kind of chaos is ensuing on this trip.
What's the title, Matt?
Oh, do you have the title?
Um,
I almost just didn't even ask him.
I don't actually know, but I will say it's gonna be a corker.
Ooh.
I hardly know her.
I think that's an Easter egg.
Oh, okay. Wine. They're going to a vineyard. Done. Easy. Okay. And then this time next week, you better believe it, it's Curse of Strahd. It's still happening, but for how long? The world may never know, but you will if you tune in. And follow us on social medias. Most major social medias that range from not problematic at all to slightly problematic. And also, we have a Discord. So if you are watching on Twitch right now, Zach's gonna do that magic little thing that he does, and the link is there. Whichever way. I'm in a quacky mood today, you guys. I think that's it for announcements, though. Let's get started. Let's go on a little road trip. But before we pack our road trip snacks and fit as many overnight bags in the back of Seth's borrowed minivan that Alaska is driving, just a reminder to my players and to the audience. In Monsterhearts, make each main character's life not boring. Keep the story feral. Say what the rules demand, and say what honesty demands. It is early. Early. It is early on the morning of the day that you are leaving for the agreed upon trip to Forks, Washington. There's really no way to remember whose idea it was to do this, but the point is that you're going, and it's finally happened, and the itinerary is set, the reservations have been made, parents' credit cards have been borrowed, and for the first time in most of when you guys can remember, some of you have lived longer than others, you're getting out of here and you're going on a little trip. So I thought it would be fun to in the similar vein of it's going to be kind of theater of the mind, but in the similar vein of how we make our class seating chart together. There are 7 seats in this minivan. Where is everybody sitting?
This is a very good question.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I can't really draw it, but like we've all seen the layout of a minivan. So we have the driver. Alaska is driving because she is the only one who has been given clearance by Seth, and I think it was briefly mission. Oh, shotgun.
Wow.
Okay.
Just like,
Sorry, I had to beat everybody to it. I feel like that is probably how that would have actually
instead
happened.
of her own sister. That's intense.
Yeah,
Alaska would let it
I'm bitter
happen.
about it.
Alaska
Ronni doesn't really think about it.
Like, Ronni just got here.
Oh, shit.
Who all's there? This crew.
So who is joining you? I will say the group text went out for the final call. Cora is not going to be able to come. I think she
Yeah.
told you that last episode.
She did, yeah.
Cora's not going to be able to come. Scotty is going on a meditation retreat with their mom.
Yikes.
Because that's what they do every spring break. And then I think the only NPC that's coming with you is Alaska.
Okay.
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 Can
Did I do that so that I
say-
wouldn't have to play a million NPCs? Maybe.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Fair. I should have told you this in advance, Angie, and you can just say that she says no, but can I say that I, at some point before this, did text Becca again and say, basically, like, I know you left the group over some dumb boy shit, but we're going on a trip, and I'd love to see you.
I think that she will say no to the trip. But I would say if you want to make it so, like, that it's canon, you texted her early enough in your time there that I think she would have been excited to at least see you. And, you guys could have, like, gotten coffee or something.
Yeah, I think you probably would have.
Yeah, and she would have told you that, like, towards the end of freshman year, her and Vernon were able to, like, chat. Vernon sort of apologized. She said, "Thank you. I really appreciate it. I hear you." But then kind of just did her own thing. And so, like, there wasn't a lot of malice. And she would have said that she recognizes that she hadn't, really been reaching out, but, like, she doesn't really hold any grudges or feelings or anything. And she would have just told that to you. Maybe, Steve, you saw Becca liking some of your Instagram posts a little more frequently, but hasn't really reached out. Yeah, that's what you would know from that interaction. But she said she would say, "Have fun. Tell everybody I said hi."
I'm in the middle back.
Middle back.
Middle back.
Okay, yeah. So there's like
I don't
there's
think
like
anybody needs to be in the middle of the back.
That's so annoying.
I'm the first one in the van, but I do sit in the middle back.
Okay, so then there's the two seats. So there's so you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
It really
6.
grinds my gears for some reason. That's so
So
annoying.
there's two individual seats.
The fact that there's only 2 people in the back seat, but one of them decides to sit right in the middle.
There's 2 seats in the middle.
I think I'd be like, Steve, sit in the middle with me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Steve,
Yeah, for sure. I would like
Onyx.
Ronni calling out a shotgun. Also, like, feels such like an impulse thing where I don't know if, like, when you were younger, if you ever called out shotgun and then, like, I was like oh, like a thing that you had to do, and then realize that you, like, weren't really close with the person driving, and then being like, why did I do this?
Yeah, for sure.
I always had to be shotgun no matter what because I get car sick.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
And so I always am just shotgun, and, like, even to the point where if I was getting, like, a group Uber, I would be up front with the driver, and it was so awkward.
Yeah, I'm often shotgun because of how tall I am, because there's usually
Oh, yeah.
room.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the best way to get some space.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, Josie, are you cool being in the back, middle
On one
with
side.
Vernon? Whatever side you pick.
For sure.
Roll to keep your cool. Okay, so Josie is in the back with Vernon, Steve and Onyx, Ronni, and then Alaska driving. Amazing. Thank you for going on that journey with me.
Love it.
What's next on the to-do list for my road trip?
Snacks playlist.
Snacks playlist. Who would be in charge of the playlist? It doesn't necessarily for this van have to be the shotgun. It can be, but
Oh god.
I mean, Ronni would definitely try to take it.
Oh my god.
what is happening? Okay. And then
There was
I would
a point
say
where Ronni thought she was gonna drive, and I think not driving is bothering her a little bit, so she's
Oh, really?
overcompensating.
Okay, hold on to that then.
Hold on.
Definitely,
To
definitely
You could still
bring that
drive the
up.
Miata.
Yeah, you can follow behind.
But I brought a convertible, guys.
I know separately is what we're saying.
Yeah, you just drive behind.
Caravan.
No.
And then you
no.
could just go down instead of going all the way back. You could just drive to LA from Forks.
I think that argument like makes a lot of sense, and she actually just secretly actually wants to drive with everybody and
Yeah.
makes up some
Yeah.
excuse.
I think Alaska catches on to that really quickly, so she's not going to push. And you kind of get the sense, I would say anyone who is paying attention enough to the dynamics would get a sense that Alaska is weirdly like, not that she's not like excited about this, but she is like not taking any like, even though she's driving and she's the oldest, she's like with you, she's not in charge of you. Kind of vibe. So she's just kind of letting things happen and is being like a little bit like scoffing at you guys fighting and just like kind of joining in on it. But as far as snacks goes, one person in charge, everybody kind of bringing.
Steve would just make sure that we like stopped at a gas station and just all got a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Sick. So yeah, you guys stop, and I would even say if you really wanted to, you could stop at Robbie's Bodega too and get some bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheeses for the road.
Bacon, egg, and he's like, "Hey,
hey, Ronnie!
Oh, like good, Ronnie, look who you is.
Hey,
you haven't aged a day." What, bacon, egg, and cheeses for the road?
Yeah, we're heading to Forks.
Oh my god, the rainy place?
Yeah, the rainy place.
Yeah, you know, in the Pacific Northwest, it's known as the highest rate of rain. It gets about 10 feet a year.
Oh no.
I got family up there.
Okay.
Yeah, they report to me every day. It's raining.
All
yeah,
right.
I know a lot of Forks facts.
That's a lot of bacon, egg, and cheeses you gotta make, so.
Yeah, so I've just been kind of meditating on it, so.
We have an extra seat in the car if you want to join.
Vernon.
No, I think it would look really weird if a grown man went on a road trip with a bunch of kids.
Yeah, I guess you're right on that.
You know, in this day and age, you gotta be aware of that kind of stuff.
Can't do anything these days.
Yeah.
Not me. I play by the rules. Okay, well, here you go. Here's your bag. And, like, it's like a heavy, like, paper sack with just, like, weighted down.
Okay, so we all gotta go through our road trip snacks. So I definitely get, let's do one salty, one sweet, and then a drink that you would get.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna write these down.
I would get pepperoni pizza cracker combos.
Yeah.
That's definitely my snack for sure. Salty snack. My sweet snack, I think I'm gonna have to go with Reese's Pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's
In the correct
Pieces.
vernacular. And then drink. Honestly, probably just like a Coke Zero. Yeah.
Okay. Next to Steve is Onyx, so.
Onyx is not getting a sweet snack. She's
Okay.
getting goldfish and
yes. Flavor
flaming hot
blasted?
no.
Oh, interesting.
Original.
Classic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And flaming hot Cheetos and pouring them into each other
Oh,
to the bag.
yeah.
And is it too on the nose to get a Monster energy drink?
No, I don't think it's on the nose enough.
Let's
honestly.
go!
I would like to think that you and Alaska, because you are two teenagers essentially living unsupervised, just have like a case of Monster at all times in your fridge.
But Alaska like thinks that she's being healthier by getting the sugar-free.
Yeah,
version.
oh yeah, for sure.
So she has
for
the
sure.
white cans. Yeah.
She drank coffee, so she gets the sugar-free Monster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then let's go Ronni.
Ronnie would get like a whole like tall can of sour cream and onion Pringles.
Yeah.
Um, and would get a drink and sweet in one and get like a huge slushy.
Oh, nice.
I love this because
What
it's like
flavor
7 o'clock in
slushie?
the morning.
Yeah.
It would be um just like a mix of all the flavors.
Yes, gross. I love it.
Including like the frozen Coke.
Kind of gross.
This makes me get like sick as a 35-year-old.
I know. I have a headache.
Okay, then Josie, what about you?
Well, my dad definitely would have sent us with like a big bag of like Gorp. I feel like.
What's Gorp?
Yes.
Is that the like puppy chow stuff?
Gorp is like trail mix, but like good old fashioned raisins and peanuts is sometimes what people say.
What is it? What is it?
Gorp, G-O-R-P. It's an acronym.
And it stands for what?
Good old fashioned raisins and peanuts. But sometimes it's granola, like oats, raisins, peanuts. Yeah. But whatever you're like whatever you're envisioning as trail mix, it's that, but like homemade.
Literal granola.
So I've got like a gallon bag, like full, like almost like won't close, like that.
I love it.
That my dad made. But then I do go in and I get like a 64-ounce coffee.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like you get like the stuff, you get like the large fountain drink thing, but you fill it with coffee.
Like the one for cold beverages, but it's full of coffee.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And the guy just like Ronnie's just like fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
It says $1 for any size cup.
Yeah.
It's like I guess it does.
Might as well just take the pot of coffee.
And then Vernon.
I go into the gas station and come out with tinted sunglasses and a box of disposable gloves.
Matt.
What the fuck are you doing?
Matthew.
I don't eat. I can't eat.
Sit over. You are not sitting in the car.
I get car sick if I'm.
Listen, said what he said.
Disposable gloves is crazy work, Matt.
Ronnie just looks at Steve and like gestures like, what are we doing here?
Get in the front seat.
What's this guy doing? Okay, so then you all pile back into the car.
What does Alaska get?
Alaska comes into the driver's seat with like double fisting a monster and a coffee. Yeah. And then like on her lap, she's got like the like hot fries. They're not the Takis. They're not Flamin' Hot Cheetos. They're like just the straight up hot fries.
Yeah.
And so she's like drinking.
Like the same brand that does like the cheddar fries. Like those. Yeah.
And a little roll of like the maple powder donuts that are like the brown powder.
I need to go to a village pantry right now.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna take an early break. So you all pile into the car, or into this minivan. Let me remind myself just for realism.
How long it takes?
Yeah.
5 hours, I think we looked up.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6, almost 7 maybe. Because we had to look up the
day trip, as Steve said.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my sunglasses the entire trip.
We're gonna live that down.
I also put on 2 pairs of disposable gloves.
Okay, yeah, so like 7.
You put on 2 pairs of disposable gloves?
And I wear my sunglasses the entire time.
Okay.
I do keep stealing the gloves and making like balloons.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, so it's about 7 hours, 7 or 8 hours.
Damn. Okay.
So I would say you leave early enough that you are going to, provided nothing goes terribly wrong, get there in like the earlier part of the evening, later part of the afternoon.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Is there anything in this first half of the trip, we'll say, based on where you're sitting, that anyone would want to get up to? Any conversations?
Yes.
Any? Yes. Okay. So it's about when in the trip that this happens.
I think it's pretty later on into the trip.
Let me see if I can get some.
Is no one gonna confront Vernon? Like,
Yeah, I mean that could happen early on. That could happen.
Yeah,
early
if you
on.
guys want,
Yeah.
make it happen now. Make it happen. You haven't pulled away from Robbie's bodega.
Hey, Vernon.
Vernon, what the fuck?
What's happening with you?
What? I don't. What's what?
Don't.
What- why are you
I
trying to-
hate it when you do that.
Why are you trying to leave no fingerprints in, like, we're all your friends? What's going on?
Well, you can never be too prepared.
For what?
Elaborate, motherfucker.
I'm not planning on anything, but sometimes when I go to a new place, I like to leave a mark.
That's scary.
Are you gonna, are you gonna like,
Vernon starts floating.
are you gonna, like, juice someone?
Oh my god, are you?
I'm
Wait, is
not
that why
gonna-
you have the gloves?
I'm not gonna juice someone. I already did that.
Is this for
recently.
your dark passenger?
Whoa! Reverse.
I don't have a dark passenger.
Reverse. You did that recently?
What? Did you turn someone?
No, I didn't turn anyone.
Okay, but
I shouldn't have brought this up. I don't want to tell tales that I
Vernon,
shouldn't be.
this
It's
is
your
the one
tale.
time I'm interested in your life, and I really think that you should take advantage of it. I'm also kidding. You're my friend. I'm just being sassy.
Do you promise not to tell anyone?
Yeah, of course. Outside of this circle, everybody can hear.
I'll only tell it to you all if Alaska doesn't know. It doesn't hear.
Where am I gonna go? I'm driving.
I'll text the group chat without you.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah.
Why can't I hear?
Well,
wait,
I'm not gonna
no,
do
wait a
that
minute.
either.
Why can't I hear?
Well, you're not really like I wouldn't. You consider you part of the friend group.
Wow. Okay. And she like isn't even to the highway. She like stops the car. And,
No,
like,
no.
Starts singing out.
Hey,
Alaska,
Alaska.
driving.
Yeah,
He does
yeah.
not
But I'm part of the
speak for
friend
the
group
rest of
now.
us.
Uh-huh.
He does
Bet I'm
not
part of the
speak
friend
for the
group
rest
now.
of us.
We still need you to
Slams the
drive.
door, and she like
We still need you to drive.
flips you off in the rearview mirror.
Vernon, just you know that Onyx
Okay.
is going to tell Alaska anyway. Just do it.
Even after you. Okay, fine.
I know that you're.
I said I wouldn't tell anyone except who's in this car, so.
Yeah, exactly. I said that too. So really,
Okay.
yeah.
It was Daniela Garza.
the
Sandy?
Daniela Garza.
Okay,
I-
method acting.
I didn't eat her. I nibbled for sure.
Ooh, don't
Ew.
ever say that again.
In what way?
Sexually?
Oh, it was sexually.
Jesus Christ.
But with fangs?
I see.
Wait.
That's a little bit of a sore subject for me because I don't have fangs. And
Wait.
Whoa.
Wait,
Wait, am I-
sexually?
Wait, did you
but-
eat
You
her
guys?
sexually or you like bit her?
Or
Did you guys not hear him say he doesn't have fangs?
have you looked at
Are
Vernon
you really
before?
a vampire?
Yeah, but the fangs
Is that
pop
what
out.
you're stuck on?
You don't look like a wolf
No.
all the time.
Yeah, you
That
must
is
have to
fair.
bite someone really hard.
I got pointy incisors.
Thanks.
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
would describe those as fangs.
But listen, you see a vampire movie and they have fangs down to their legs. Mine are. They get the job.
I have never seen a fucking walrus vampire.
Well, anyway, that's what happened. I
Down to their leg. Ooh, that was funny.
Okay, are you implying that you bit Daniela in a very sensitive area?
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
You said it was sexual.
Oh
I
my
don't know how to take
God.
that.
I didn't know. I bit her in the neck while we were in the midst of kissing.
Oh,
And did you
Did she
No.
Satiate yourself.
Yes.
Why you say it like that? Why does he say it like that? Alaska looks at Ronni. Why does he?
Wait, sexually or like vampirically satiated?
No, I did not satiate myself sexually.
But you sucked her blood.
I sucked her blood in a non.
So is she a vampire now?
Nope, she's not
Did
a
you
vampire.
satiate her? is
How
the real
come?
question.
Isn't that how someone becomes a vampire? They get bitten?
Steve just the wordlessly fist bumps Joe.
I think I satiated her. Listen, I had.
I don't think
this-
that's what they were. I think. Wait, are we asking if he's satiated or if?
Oh God, I
she's
don't want to
sati-
say. I don't want anyone to say satiated at all.
Hey, at
Please.
least we're saying it
It's
right.
just the only word that really describes it for me. But
Yeah.
well, yeah, no, I was. Listen, I have certain urges, and I
I know.
felt
Oh,
overwhelmed.
Vernon, please. We don't need to hear about your urges. So Daniela is safe.
Of course.
Ow.
We gotta keep the momentum and the tension so that our performance is good.
So are you guys like together now?
I don't know. Probably not.
Have you told Cora about this?
Why would I tell Cora?
No reason.
No, it was just I think it was just a fling. Maybe she thinks that we're together, but I think that'll be good for the show.
Oof.
So if you don't have fangs, do you just like have to like chomp? Like, does she have a full human bite mark in the side of her neck now?
It's messy. There's not the classic like teeth marks. It's just kind of tearing at the flesh. It's not fun, but I have a way
Oh
of
my
making
God.
it pretty.
Did she like freak out?
She loved it.
Oof.
So she just has like a giant.
Okay, wait. Okay. I'm so glad that we talked about this. Thank you for being so open with us. Fast forward to today. Why are you wearing disposable gloves? And why did you double bag it?
Are you gonna buy somebody else?
Why did you double bag?
I just want to say that you all always go into the gas station and buy all these snacks, and you have such a good time, and I feel a little left out. So I bought what I considered a snack, which is the snack of being undetected in case of an emergency. You get it? That's what I snack on. Also in the neck of Daniela Garza.
Secrets.
I didn't really get it, Vernon, but sorry you feel left out.
It's okay. I'm wearing tinted sunglasses this entire time.
Are they aviators?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm like looking
I
at
like
my
that.
own
Still have the
reflection.
tags. They still have the tags on the.
I like that you say tinted sunglasses as if there is untinted sunglasses. Well, this is chaotic.
Oh.
Amazing.
Okay, we can
So-
jump to what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually think that based on that conversation, is it okay if something like an hour into the thing happens?
Yeah.
We all sit in
Um,
uncomfortable silence.
I,
After
I, think,
Yeah.
I mean, this could happen like an hour in.
Okay,
I
then you
think
go
like
first.
I think like once like normal conversation is kind of like died down and we're all just like there's like a moment
Yeah,
of
I
silence.
would say
so,
that
like,
took about like
Yeah.
45 minutes.
or there's
so
like
you
a moment
have
of
small-
silence, or there's like, you know, that moment where it's like there's the conversation, like a conversation's happening in the back, a conversation's happening in the front, and so like I just kind of I'm talking to Onyx and we're just like talking about casual stuff, and then there's like a moment of silence, and I say, oh, so have you like talked to Josh lately?
Yeah, we talk every once in a while.
Yeah,
I think he's good.
good.
Yeah, things are chill.
That's chill. Yeah. That's. Yeah. You guys talk a lot.
I don't know what's
Like
a
every
lot.
day. Like every day, do you talk?
No, we don't talk every day.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I just wanted, like, I don't know. I just like I'm just making sure, or not making sure, but like I just.
Yeah, I feel like you knew about this. We like kind of didn't talk for a while, and then like gradually it kind of just was like, I don't know, it became like
Yeah,
less
it's-
friends or
yeah.
whatever. And yeah, now it's nice to like check in on each other, and
Cool.
he asks about y'all sometimes.
Yeah, Josh is a good dude.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
dude. What are your plans for the summer?
What are my plans for the summer? God. Been living in the present, I guess, not really thinking ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know. Alaska, are we doing anything this summer?
What is a bummer?
Are we doing anything this summer?
Oh, fuck. I mean, no. I mean, it's my last summer before I potentially maybe go to college if I get an acceptance.
Yeah, fuck.
Are you
I mean,
graduating?
we're
Wait, you're
probably
graduating. You're graduating.
Partying then.
Yeah.
Woo! Getting out of here.
Yeah. Probably gonna work out a bunch. And, I don't know.
We should do something.
You and me?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You know, we can.
I'll come.
Now
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you've
yeah.
included Alaska,
I'd be like-
Alaska is watching in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, of course we're
And
gonna
Steve,
do
you can
something.
see it.
Yeah, of course. And I know that I remembers the conversation that they had.
Yeah.
Of course we're
Ronnie's
gonna do
pretending to be
something.
asleep so she can lean back and listen better.
No, I
Like,
know.
we're, like,
We're obviously
not
like,
gonna hang out all summer?
No. I'm saying like maybe we should like all go somewhere. You know, like we're doing now. Maybe we should
Yeah.
do another.
Well, let's
trip
see
in
how this
summer.
one goes first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where,
Yeah.
where are you
If
thinking?
you
Are
guys
you
like
going
this
somewhere?
one? No. But seriously, if you do like this one, like we're going to Forks, but the Cullinan house is up in Vancouver, so like,
Oh, cool. We could go to
Is
the
it all-
actual Cullinan house.
yeah.
Step it up.
But Bella's house is really in Forks, right? And we're gonna see that.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
for sure.
Cool.
I have no
I think
idea
we're
what you all are
staying
talking
there.
about,
It's
but I'm open.
cool. It's cool.
Should we put on the Twilight audiobook?
No.
Ronnie, put on the Twilight audiobook. Ronnie, wake up.
Put
on the Twilight
I'm not
audiobook.
gonna put on the Twilight audiobook.
Why?
Oh.
We have to get in the mood.
This is a Penguin classic.
What does she actually
Screens.
mean?
Are you
Um,
going?
Okay, fine. If you want the audiobook, I'll put on the freaking
Well,
audiobook.
no,
I'm
hey,
gonna sleep
that's
anyway.
we're not doing that.
Why?
I'm driving.
Put on the fine fucking.
That's
put on-
true. I think that
Alaska, you really want to listen to the Twilight audiobook?
One chapter. Give me one chapter.
Maybe it'll be good.
It is good.
Alaska makes you
Which
put it
chapter,
on.
though?
The
I think it's a fair question.
this first chapter.
I was assuming.
Okay,
Good.
what I'm trying to do is, and she like leans into you, Ronnie, and she's like, what I'm trying to do is get them hooked. So you start the first chapter, and you're like, oh, just one chapter, and then okay, it's time to go. Yeah.
What happens next?
And I play it, but I play it at like 1.25 speed.
Yes.
Hmm.
Alaska is just like cheesing the whole time, and it's just getting into it like it's an actual song.
I think that Steve is
Um,
like any conversation that he wanted to have is just like out the window, and I think he's
Yeah.
just like looking out the window, just like fuck me.
He's doing the Will Byers where he's just like.
Yeah, yeah, he sure is. Yeah.
Okay, fabulous. So you guys listen to the one chapter of Twilight. How many people vote to keep listening to Twilight?
By the end of the first chapter, Steve's like, "Well, we might as well just."
Just keep it going.
Okay,
get
so
them
I saw Josie and I saw Steve. Onyx says no, yes, and then
I think it's mostly to rebel against Alaska. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know why you want to do this.
Alaska or
She
Ron?
But I'm
stares at
outvoted.
you in the rearview mirror and like raises her eyebrows at you. You guys, I'm gonna say listen to essentially how long is the audio? We're making this real, you guys. How long is the Twilight
Grounded
audiobook?
in reality.
Audiobook.
I'm gonna guess 21 hours.
Oh my
12
first
hours
book
and
it is
54 minutes.
What was it?
12 hours
12.
and 51 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, the audiobook I'm listening to right now is 54 hours, so that's where
Jesus
my
Christ.
base is.
What the fuck are you
What?
listening to?
I'm reading a book that is over 1,000 pages.
Is
Les
it the
Miserables.
King
What are you
one
reading?
or the Wayward King? Or
I'm reading the
whatever?
book series The Bound and the Broken by Ryan Cahill.
Oh, nice.
Is it the whole series that's that many pages?
No, that's
or
the
is it
second
one
book.
book?
Damn.
Crazy.
Yeah, the
Nice.
the fourth book that just came out is 1,400 pages.
And I would like to think that this is what the conversation is.
Yeah,
between.
for sure. Steve brings out like what everyone else thinks is a textbook.
Yeah. You studying?
Okay,
I
so
couldn't read in
then.
the car. I literally got a bit of a headache just thinking about reading it.
I got nauseous and I was like, we have to.
I read in the car all the time as a kid. You were talking about taking shotgun. I would be like, sit me in the back seat so I can not talk to anyone and read.
Oh my god, how could you possibly do that?
Oh,
You're gifted.
sick. Nauseous.
I'm so
Um,
sick and twisted.
Was there another conversation that somebody wanted to have?
No.
Okay.
To be fair, trying to have that conversation in the car
I
is
know.
a brave
Yeah.
choice.
It's so
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Well, he's a
Does
teenager.
anybody have any texts they send?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm probably texting
Tori.
the whole time. Tori the
Tori.
whole time. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. The whole time is texting Tori.
I
so.
think Steve, much like Zach, really likes drama. And especially at this age, really likes being the center of attention, but that stops later in life. And I think that he sees that Josie's on his phone all the time, and like starts texting her like hey, get off your phone, haha, lol. But then just uses that as an open excuse to like start texting Josie, and then I think at some point would be like, by the way, remind me to tell you something later.
Oh my god.
Like that classic, like,
Yeah.
can't do it now,
Can't
don't
tell you-
want to
yeah.
do it over the phone, but
That
we
I
should
have
talk.
trauma about because
Yeah.
every time somebody does that to me, I get so angry.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I think I just like have like a side conversation with Josie as much as she is willing to have one.
Josie, I will say you might find yourself a little more inclined to text Steve on this road trip because in the last like day or two
Yeah.
of do you know what's coming? In the
Dad.
last day or two of your spring break, you've noticed that Tori hasn't been messaging you back as quickly,
Mhm.
as frequently, and has said that, you know, classes are picking up a little bit. It's getting towards the end of the year. She's prepping for finals. But like even when you are talking and then even on the phone, over the past week, you've noticed that she's been a little distracted, a little less excited to hear from you, and not. You don't get like in a malicious way, but you do at this point believe that, you know, she is like kind of struggling under the weight of college, and you know we all know as adult humans who went to college how, you know, encompassing it can feel. Josie doesn't necessarily know that, but that is the vibe that you've been picking up. So you have noticed that this morning, especially, like even with the time change and she's a little bit later than you, you haven't really heard from her and she's not really messaging you back.
And that does make me very anxious, and I'm trying to ignore that anxiety by now talking to my friends, and probably would engage with Steve. And yeah, I don't know that I have anything. I think like, yeah, probably throwing like glove balloons at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From behind.
I think maybe we should, like, at some point we play a game where we're like passing a glove balloon and like don't let it hit the ground,
Yeah.
and then that gets Onyx in because it's a game and it's competitive, right, Onyx?
Yeah, and I think I'm like, I think that I'm trying to be as disruptive as possible to the audiobook.
Okay. And a couple times Alaska is like, no, shush, guys, this part is really crazy.
I think part of me too, though, like almost like as a joke, but like also like genuinely kind of curious, would bring up to Vernon and be like, Vernon, you've been around for a long time.
Cool.
Have you ever been in love?
Pause.
Alaska would pause for this. Yeah, have you ever been in love, Vernon?
Have you ever been in love, Vernon?
I'm just staring straight ahead, but you can't see my eyes.
We also our own reflections back at in your
Can
glasses.
you imagine wearing sunglasses for
But
5
it's like
hours
it's like the
in the car?
0.5.
Yeah.
Like the 0.5, like we're yeah, just all four.
I like to think they're like they're bifocals, like.
Oh my god.
But it's too
the like
late.
readers, the
Yeah,
like
but it's
trained
too late.
readers.
Well, that's a interesting question, Josie. I, of course, have really, really liked some people, but I don't know if it's love. I guess if it's love, you would know. So my answer to your question is no.
Oh.
Really? I mean, that's
Yeah.
totally fine.
He was kind of unlucky.
I think it's not unlucky. It's more of a it's more of a consequence of my circumstances.
Yeah,
Oh.
14 forever.
Oh, I didn't really think about that. Yeah, but I mean, there's gotta be. Have you ever met someone as young as you or around your age that is of your affliction?
Cora is the only one I can think of.
Do you think that maybe Lily did that, or Lilith did that on purpose for you?
You think she turned Cora?
Ew, to set him up. Alaska, if you ever tried to set me up, that would be
No,
so...
I don't think to set him up. Like, Lilith
I would
really
never
likes
you
to.
kill me.
Lilith loves to put on this like sassy, mysterious, evil vibe. But the times that we've hung out with her, I don't know. She does seem to actually genuinely care for you, Vernon, and I don't know. I'm just entertaining the thought that not necessarily to set up, but just to, in her own sick way, because she's still Lilith, like give you somebody who can relate to you.
Well, listen, Cora is great, of course, and we have dated before.
I don't mean you don't have
But-
to date her.
You have to fall in love.
I have to fall in love with her.
No, not even that.
You don't have to fall in love. I'd be like, I mean, like, yeah, I think I know what Steve's trying to say. Like a companion, like
Yeah.
somebody, like some shared experience with.
Why else? I mean, now that I think about it, why do vampires turn people? Like why would Lilith turn Cora?
Well, it's either out of malice or the person wants to be turned.
Didn't Cora ask?
Oh, did she?
Do you know?
Yeah, I think she did. That's what they tell me.
Ah.
It seems a little bit nearsighted to me, to be honest.
And just checking in, you still aren't willing to turn me?
I am literally willing to turn anybody but you, Steve. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I just
Because
don't
I've
think
asked
that's a
for
good
it.
fit.
Yeah.
It's not a good fit, you and a vampire. I just, no.
Is it because I'm heavier?
No, I think it's mostly because you're like a witch.
Mm.
Too powerful.
Do vampires and witches have like beef? Is this like an owls and crows situation?
Yeah, I hate witches.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Never once have I felt defensive over being a witch, and now I do.
I didn't say I hate you.
Okay.
How many of my sisters did you kill in the 1600s?
He's not that.
Well, he
I-
says.
I put on a third pair of gloves. Slowly.
Your
That
hands
means
are,
something. That means something.
Wedding.
Is this
Vernon,
like
how
the?
come you aren't better at like our history class?
I
Because
don't.
like you were kind of there through all of it.
I mean, you were all there for recent history, and I don't see you lighting up the grade sheets.
The grade
Grade
sheets?
sheets?
That's what I
That
called
was
them when I
fun.
was before I turned.
That was what I called them.
Sometimes I just get stuck in the past.
Okay, wait. Once again, it's the year 2025. You're 80 years old, so this was in World War II-ish.
I was born in 1941.
Were you there for like the founding of America?
You were born in 1941? That doesn't make sense. Then you've been a vampire for less than 80 years.
He's 84 years old.
I have.
Oh,
I
you're
was,
84
I
years
was turned
old.
when I was.
Okay.
Yeah, he was turned when he was 14.
I
So
was
you've been
not
a vampire
around
for 70 years.
I was not around for the founding of the country. I was born in 1941.
Oh,
Right.
I get
Right.
dates mixed up.
So where were you when we landed on the moon?
I think that day I was in Provo, Utah, and I had just quit school and I was living in an abandoned, I think it was a shed behind someone's yard.
Did you even get to watch
So
it
much has changed.
on TV?
Nah, I didn't really care.
Is Provo, Utah a place?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 75% sure it is.
Okay.
Do you remember
The NC
9/11?
says
Because
yes.
I was like 5 years old then.
Yes, I do remember 9/11.
No, I would have not been born then.
You were not born.
I was
then.
not born.
I mean, unless werewolves
But
live.
I also
long.
don't remember 9/11.
I mean, like in dog years, were you alive?
No.
That's not how it
Do you have a
works,
lower life expectancy as a werewolf?
I don't know. My parents don't exactly talk to me.
I was asking an innocent question.
As these conversations are happening, Alaska kind of lets you guys keep chatting, but sees that Ronni is kind of in the front seat and is listening, but doesn't have much to say, and she kind of looks over at you, Ronni, and is like, "Is this weird for you?"
Kind of, but I'm also kind of used to being an outsider, so it's good to
Yeah,
just
but
listen
that's-
sometimes.
I get that.
And I got a lot to learn, and she has been like taking notes. Like she's like cuddled up with a blanket, but has also been like taking notes the whole time.
Oh my god, what are you learning? Did I miss
I mean,
anything?
like-
I got a little into Twilight.
I mean, like anything and everything. I feel like you probably already know most of the stuff, but like I didn't know like what year he was born, or like just like little details about people's lives that you never know when it's gonna come in handy later.
Handy for what?
Like solving mysteries and shit.
Oh, you're like I guess we haven't really talked. You're a mystery solver?
I prefer detective, but yes.
Ugh, detective is so cop.
I mean, like private detective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that's cool, I guess.
What about you? Like, what do you like do outside of these freaks?
I don't know. It's a really great fucking question. I don't know. I've weirdly been feeling kind of fucked up lately. I am supposed to be graduating, and everybody's like, college is the next step, and I don't really care and don't want to go. And my friend Seth is like going to like a really like prestigious Ivy League school, and I like didn't do great on my test scores, and like I broke up with, and I mean, like, whatever.
Well, but like, what do you want to do? Like, you don't need to go to college if you don't need to go to college for what you want to do. What do you want to do?
Whoa. I feel like these are the kinds of questions adults in your life are supposed to ask you, and no one's really ever.
I spend more time around adults than people my age, so.
And it shows.
Here for that.
I'm sorry, not in like a. I'm sorry.
No,
that
I
was
mean that's
an
fair. I get
asshole
it.
thing to say.
No, I've heard it. It's fine.
I mean, I don't know. No one's ever asked me. What more do I want than taking care of weird little feral children and my stupid headstrong sister?
I mean, like, is there something you like wanted to be when you were a kid that you were like, when I grow up, I'm gonna, like, what was that thing?
I mean, I kind of always have wanted to help people, which I guess makes sense. I don't know. I think I'd probably like
a lot.
Probably good at like, I don't know, being like a therapist or something, like listening to people's
Ooh.
problems and
Does
helping
require
them.
college, but cool.
Yeah. I guess that's, yeah.
But you could totally do that. Why not?
And you see that she kind of like gets a little introspective, but not in like a depressed way. It's like a little bit of like, yeah. And she kind of just leans back in the driver's seat and like puts both hands on the wheel, kind of like taps them, and you see like a little bit of lightness return to her, and she goes, "Okay, we're done with Twilight, everybody. We're done with Twilight."
Alaska, do you know?
Do I know what?
If the fur will gray when your hair grays?
Oh my
Onyx doesn't
god!
know.
And she like turns up the music. Ronni, kick us off. And she kind of looks at you to turn some tunes on.
Yeah, I think that reading the crowd, she would start with that like last song in Greece.
We
And
got
then
together.
yeah, that one. And then I think as much as everybody is like, Ronnie is gonna control the music, Ronnie actually finds a way to like incorporate everybody's music taste and is like actually really good at keeping the flow of the road trip soundtrack going.
Josie, when a Grease song comes on, she's like, "Oh, this is good. What's this from?"
Josie, you have got to read the libretto.
Josie, we did a sing through.
Oh shit.
Josie, Sid's probe is when we come back.
Oh my god. Amazing. You guys settle into the joy and chaos of the rest of this 7-hour drive. And we're gonna go ahead and take a little early of a bio break so that we come back in Forks, Washington, y'all.
Yeah.
So go get the gratuitous amount of salty or sweet snacks and a little bevy and meet us back in a few minutes.
Bye.
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 All right. Y'all roll up after 7.5 to 8 hours of driving because there had to have been a bathroom break after all of those beverages. And you start to see the scenery change slightly. Like where you're at in Cairns is still kind of the Pacific Northwest, but as you drive like farther and farther into these like fern and like densely covered rainforest-esque vibes, you start to, even though it was like a kind of a sunny day, you feel just this gray kind of tense energy. Not tense in necessarily a bad way, but like, you know, when it's about to rain and there's just this heaviness and it's like you're kind of a little bit more in the mountains, but you're starting to see like in some parts that you are driving through, there's like beaches, like these rocky kind of craggy beaches, and it's almost as if you're entering like another world, like another planet, and it's just so dense and so green even this early. and you pull through these kinds of winding, twisting roads in these heavily wooded, heavily foliaged areas, and then kind of as out of nowhere, like almost magically, this small town unfolds before you, and you see a little sign that says Forks, Washington, and then below it is like it's like shaped kind of like a raindrop. It says rainiest town in the contiguous U.S. And then a little plaque on the bottom, like not on the same sign, but as if it was built later, home of Twilight.
Ooh.
Alaska kind of drives through the GPS on her phone, is like guiding her to where you've determined your first destination as far as lodging is, which is a little bed and breakfast. You thought maybe, and I'm taking liberties at discussing the itinerary. I've crafted a little bit of like options, so I can go through all of the things that I've crafted, and you guys can tell me what feels like what you guys would want to do. But I thought, because of the excitement of the Twilight part of this, you'll be staying at the Miller Tree Inn bed and breakfast. Whoever found this found out that it is also called the Cullinan House, and it's a little bed and breakfast kind of right in the heart of or like a little bit east of downtown Forks. So you pass through a little bit of Forks and kind of curve to the east and see a lovely little farmhouse. And I can actually, just for funsies for you guys, pop it in our cast chat here on the Charmed Family Discord.
Join the Discord if you want to see that.
So you guys see this lovely little scenic farmhouse. You pull up, and there is a lovely little couple that greets you, helps you get your bags in, and they're very excited. The older lady asks you if you guys are Twilight fans, and Alaska kind of takes one for the team and scoops her away and is chatting with her about how you listened to the audiobook the whole way here, and you're really excited to have this part of Twilight fandom. And you overhear, as Alaska kind of scoops them away, the older woman say, "Oh yeah, we're Twihards, so if you have any questions, you can definitely ask us." And Alaska kind of ushers them away, leaving the five of you to go wherever you want to go.
I kind of didn't think about what we would do once we were here.
I mean, we can hike. We can go.
Ugh.
I'll be back in an hour.
What?
No. Okay, so here is what you would have. There would have been like I'm assuming sort of a discussion, like I didn't think Steve saying I didn't know what we do when we were here. I think would there be like a list of things that you like do a Google Maps search and you just kind of like pin stuff.
I think
so you would
like
know
an hour before we got there in the car, I would have been like, all right, here are the things.
Yeah. How about that? That's beautiful. There is the Miller Tree Inn, which is where you guys are staying. You already made those. There is a lot of hiking. Josie probably would be really keyed into the hiking given her history with
Being
her
murdered
dad.
on hiking.
She keeps having these weird dreams. So there is a really cool hike called the Hall of Mosses that is just like a really thick and dense kind of hike where there's lots of like greenery. That there is the first beach, which is one of the beaches that is featured in Twilight when Jacob is walking with Bella. I think it's the first movie.
Where you been, Wilka?
You know that there's a lot of like natural history and a lot of like indigenous affiliations there. You know that there is all kinds of like Twilight related paraphernalia in the there's like a collections museum that you could go to. And then downtown Forks generally is just got a bit of good local eating, good there's like a timber museum you can go to. And you know, you kind of can just like hang out and vibe and go like walking up and down the like city center, similar almost to a little bit of Angelwood. And I would say you're rolling in and it is about like 5:36 p.m. at this point.
What to do?
I mean, we go get some food, go for an evening hike.
What if we grab some food and then go to the beach and eat on the beach?
Yeah,
maybe we could have a bonfire on the beach.
Ooh, love that idea.
Sounds like fun. I did bring my fake ID if we want to add some fun.
Oh.
Okay, yes.
15 to 21. That's...
Okay, you guys. Sorry, thank you. They're
Thanks,
sweet.
Alaska.
They're really, really
Thank
sweet.
you.
We're taking the 2 rooms upstairs, so people are gonna have to share. So
That's fine. We're all
like boys
friends.
and girls. Maybe.
Sure.
Amazing. So 4 of us, 2 of you. Are you guys cool with that?
Oh.
That doesn't seem 100% fair.
I mean, listen.
That's fine with me.
Anybody want to like share differently? I don't know. Like,
I've been like sharing a room with Steve forever, but I am not sleeping in the same room as Vernon.
I think that's fair. I think it's fine if Steve and I sleep together, right? Right, Steve?
Well, we can sleep in the same room.
Yeah, of course. What do you think I meant?
I was just clarifying for Alaska.
What you do in your room is none of our business.
No. No.
I mean, I guess maybe someone can share. Vernon, you don't really sleep, right?
Yeah, I won't be
You just
sleeping.
Freak
Yeah.
about.
Dang, that's true.
I mean, like, you're still contributing to the space. So, like, you, like, I don't know, like, if you want a room that is yours, that's fine, even if you're not sleeping here.
Are you gonna be in the room at night, Vernon?
Yes.
No.
I'm not. It's not gonna be weird. I won't even look at you.
What's he gonna do here? It's not like this is.
I'll face the corner. It'll be
I
fine.
thought sometimes he like stalked around at night. I didn't know if he was actually gonna
I
do
would
the
prefer you to find something to do tonight.
In honor of your witch culture, I'll face the corner.
That movie is blasphemous.
All right.
It's legit so scary, though.
It's so scary.
Well, I don't care where everybody sleeps.
We can figure that out tonight. We'll just
Yeah.
crash somewhere. Maybe we can all
Sure,
stay in the
whatever.
same room. Like a big sleepover.
Yeah, be cute.
Yeah.
Should I just tell them we're taking 1 room then, and we can try to get our money back?
Yeah.
Or do we want to?
No, try to do that.
Second room for secret
think that-
second things, and she kind of looks
Oh.
at. She starts to, and she's like, "Wait, never mind. I guess."
No, I think that could be
No
a good, I mean,
one-
like, maybe we have the second one, like, just in case, or...
Just in case what?
Okay. Okay.
I don't
No,
know,
just in
like, what
case,
if somebody, like, gets in a fight, and, like, one doesn't want to sleep? What if
We need the second room.
Vernon decides he
Okay.
doesn't want to sleep with all
Fine.
of us?
How about
Yeah, we
you
have
all?
a second room. We all fall asleep in someone's basement together all the time, but
Yeah.
How
like
about you all?
you all
take
haven't
one
heard
room
how
and
much
I'll have my
Alaska
own?
snores.
Ooh.
I do not.
Under
I no.
the bus.
No, I do not snore.
A little bit.
No, I do not snore.
Especially if you've been
Surprising.
Sometimes
drinking.
I haven't.
I mean, you're a werewolf. That's kind of comes with the territory, I think.
It's not snoring. It's just like sometimes it's hard to breathe when you're laying on your back, you know?
You should get tested.
Oh my god. No more tests in my life. Thank you.
Have you thought about a CPAP machine?
Nope. All right. Well, you guys all sleep in one room and I'll sleep in my own room. And she like starts up
You know
the steps
CPAP machine, but he
to-
calls them fucking grade sheets.
Do you have to use the
Oh,
CPAP
no.
machine, Vernon?
I had a
Um,
CPAP machine phase.
No, you didn't.
a 14-year-old with a CPAP machine.
You don't
Yeah, some
sleep.
doctor is definitely gonna do that. All right, so you all get your stuff up into whatever room you're shown the 2 rooms. Alaska leads you there. Kind of just throw your stuff in whichever one you feel like, and Alaska piles you into the van again, and holds out her phone. All right, where are we going? Where are we getting food? And you would know from your research that Forks has a wonderfully diverse culinary experience. Culinary experience. And thank you. I'll take an experience. And so you really can like go wherever you want. You've pinned. There's like a couple burger joints. There's some pizza places.
Well, if we're grabbing food and going to the beach, maybe just go to a grocery store.
Go to a grocery store? Yeah. I think easily enough you would just type in like grocery store near me on
Is there
your
Publix in the Pacific
maps.
Northwest?
You
What do they
didn't
have in the
research the
Pacific
grocery stores, Angie?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm literally on the Forks website. Forkswa.com. Plan your visit.
Northwest?
There's absolutely some sort of
There's.
like grocery store.
Well, we know that the diner man has family
Robbie.
here.
He
Robbie.
does. Yeah.
There's probably a little Robbie's
Oh my God, is there a Robbie's?
cousins.
Oh,
Junior?
Deli.
Robbie's
Robbie's.
cousin's deli. I would say
What do I
Surely
gotta
he
do?
would have told us.
He told us he had family here.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would say you
This is a Chekhov's Robbie's family.
I would say that you could maybe try. I don't think you would own a bodega.
Okay.
So
This isn't very yes and of you, Angie. I gave you the solution.
all right, fine. You go to
All right, fine.
you go to a grocery store that just happens to say cousins, but it's CUZINS. And it looks like a little like corner store-esque kind of deli where it's like got some like convenience items, but then in the back there's like a little line of like
Hey
deli
guys,
meats
this
and
grocery
sandwiches.
store looks bad. Let's fucking not go here and go to the Whole Foods up the street instead.
Yeah, I bet you would like that, huh? You out of towners. You hear a voice coming from the deli counter. I
Hey.
don't want your business anyway.
Robbie sends us.
Who the fuck are you?
Steve?
You know Robbie?
Yeah, he gives me a bacon, egg, and cheese every morning.
Oh, fuck, that's Robbie. That's Robbie. That's my cousin.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are from Canes?
We are.
Amazing. Well, okay, what can I get started for you? I'll make it half off for friends of Robbie.
We're going to the beach, so something portable for sure.
Oh, I could make you some really long subs, and we could like cut them in half and split them. How about that?
Ooh.
And
Whatever
you know what?
recommend.
Pick any pack of chips you want. Pick any. Each of you can have a pack of chips on the house.
Score.
And he makes you like
People
2 or
chips.
3 like just
People
standard classic like a turkey sub, a ham sub, and then like a Italian
Nice.
with like the.
And they're
the
like 6 feet long
capicola.
each.
No, they're like a foot long, and he like
Oh.
cuts them like he makes you like a little mini like a mini platter,
Nice.
and he like does a little circle and he, like puts it on the top.
You shouldn't have.
How'd you know my name? Did Robbie tell you?
Yeah.
That guy, you can't keep a secret to save his life. He knows I moved up here for privacy, and then you know what? Fucking Twilight happened, and now everybody and their goddamn mother wants to come.
Yeah.
Do you have any rope?
What do you mean I got any rope?
Absolutely not.
What do you mean I got any rope? Why you got 3 pairs of clothes on and a
canyoneering?
sunglasses?
And sunglasses.
I will pay you double what you paid for any rope that you have.
Yeah, I got some rope.
All right.
How much you need? 50 feet? That's a standard in any adventuring pack.
50 feet. I'll take 2 of those.
Okay, 100 feet of rope coming up. And usually it's about $40 because it's good rope. And you said you'd pay double, so it's about $80.
All right.
If I got my math right.
I hand over $80.
All right.
Oh my god.
He gives you the platter of sandwiches, and then he goes into like a back room, and he gives you like, and it's like heavy rope. It's like the thick, like kind of like itchy, like scratchy, kind of like fucked up,
Vernon,
like burns
why?
your hands rope. What do you want me to put this?
On his back, around his neck.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a crime here. I don't know.
Oh, that's a crime here.
You can just put it in this van here. I'll take 50 feet to
This
carry you.
is starting to look less and less like a good idea that I did, but you know what? What are a bunch of teenagers gonna do with a bunch of rope?
A bunch of us are gonna do nothing with the rope.
Other than maybe try to stop him from using it.
Good. Okay. Well, you got good head on your shoulders, and he like follows you out and like throws some of the rope in the back. Alaska, if anybody, no, Vernon, I guess you would be the only one. You see Alaska like preoccupied with her phone in the front seat as you guys are bringing the rope out. I don't know why I forgot the thing that you made me do. And at around the same time, Ronni, you get a text message from Alaska that says, hey, if you're really serious about not sharing a room with Steve or Vernon, you're welcome to share my room.
I'll text back and say I was already planning on it.
She sends the gif of
With
the kid.
me and Josie, to be clear.
She sends you the gif of the kid who just does the like thumbs up. And Vernon, you would see her like shoulders kind of like shake, like she's laughing. And then you can go back into, or you can.
Who are you talking to, Alaska?
Oh fuck! God.
You want to join us? We're having a good
Why
time
do you
out
have a
here.
bunch of fucking rope?
Precaution.
Vernon,
What the fuck, dude?
Vernon, are you planning to do something that we all don't know about here? Are you making us accomplices to something?
I'm not going to make you accomplices, which is why I'm not telling you anything. It's better this way.
That's the worst
I
answer.
hate this.
All right, let's just fucking. Did you guys get the sandwiches?
Yeah, can I do something, Angie?
Yeah, please.
Steve would like to try and be like kind of linger towards the back, and before we leave, he wants to take all the rope and throw it out on the ground, and then shut the trunk and then get in the car. without
Okay.
Vernon noticing. I don't know I don't know what I need to do that, but
Keep
I
your
want to
cool,
do it.
maybe.
Yeah, I would say that that would be keep your cool.
Okay.
And we can just say that the thing you're afraid of is just getting caught.
Yeah.
Like it's like in the vein of a stealth roll. So you would do that with cold. And also that is cold. That Vernon just paid $80.
Oh, 11.
Okay. I would say, like, easily enough, like, Vernon is like, who are you talking to, Alaska? And is, like, a little bit, intrigued by her, like, back and forth with him. Everybody's coming out. There's a big hubbub and distraction as you guys are excitedly about to drive to this beach. And I think you easily enough can... Vernon, do you put both of the ropes in the back, or did you keep one?
Well, my plan was to keep one on me and put the other in the car.
Okay,
Oh,
then
come on.
I would say that
Honest.
you get rid of 50 of the feet of rope that he
Okay.
put in the back trunk.
Okay.
And Alaska piles you guys into the car, and you drive away to the.
At one point, Steve just rolls down the window, and just yells out the window as we're driving by something, and just says, "You better hold on tight, spider monkey."
Oh my god. Alaska just follows suit in a fit of having a good time and just goes ha 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 like into the
At one
wind.
point, we're all just like I like to imagine like if this was a movie, it like cuts to like some random bookstore with like a little old lady just like sweeping, and then like in the distance, and then driving past, you just hear.
Yeah, just a car full of rowdy
just
teenagers.
people just singing. That's what.
Okay, so you guys make your way to this beach, and it is freaking gorgeous. The sun is starting to set. You are you pull into the parking lot and you get your sandwiches, you get your chips, you get your bevies, and you walk kind of down this set of like makeshift wooden stairs that are kind of like twisting and turning through these beautiful just like moss covered rocks. You're surrounded by just they're almost like icebergs popping out of the sand, and there is just on the beach, there's like some right in front of you, and it is like, again, that otherworldly sense. A like layer of fog has kind of settled, because it is still spring, so it's a little chilly tonight. You've worn your best sweaters and your best jackets. It would definitely be really, really stupid for you to go in the water with, it being dark and also very chilly. Let me just reiterate how stupid that would be if a bunch of feral teenagers were to do that.
Almost like she wants us to do
But
it.
you manage to find yourself a little spot, and there's like some driftwood that's floated up that you can kind of put together. Alaska takes out a bunch of pre-rolled joints that she's brought and like a lighter, so she uses the lighter to light a fire. The wood is kind of damp, but you are able to find some like dry enough pieces to get a little bit going. And she takes out a joint and lights it, takes a hit, and passes it to you, Steve. You want some?
Winning
Okay. Okay. Winning forks. Oh. That went a lot better than I thought it would.
Embarrassing.
Can we talk about how we've all had like really weird dreams lately? Isn't that strange?
You've been having bad dreams?
Yeah, I thought we all talked about that. Like, like we all had.
Yeah,
that,
I had
like,
another one.
I had another one too. That's why I wanted to talk about. Last night I had another dream.
What
Mm.
was it?
It was with my mom again. It was just like weird, and she like wasn't acting like herself.
It was about my mom too.
I don't know.
You had a
it's
dream
just-
about mom?
Yeah. Well, kind of.
Well, you told me the one about like our whole family and they are like chasing you, but
Yeah, it felt kind of like a continuation of that, or like an alternate version of that, where like human mom told me that she'd be waiting for me, told me to come find her. She was like, I mean, being a lot nicer than in the first dream, so I guess that was nice. It's hard to say why I knew it was her though.
yeah, what she look like?
Blonde.
It's the eyes. She
Mm.
Has anybody else been having like distressing dreams?
My
Distressing?
dreams pretty
No.
much suck most of the time, so
You're so cool and dark.
What'd you say, Ronnie?
being honest. I just said my dreams usually suck. So
Why? How?
I work in like paranormal and dark stuff all the time, and I don't know, when you spend most of your day trying to analyze that shit, follows you.
Mm.
But
Yeah, it does.
Hmm.
You know, it's just part of the thing. Part of the
What about you, Josie? Anything weird?
I mean, like, not like scary like that. Not like too stressful. Weird mom stuff though. Like,
With you too?
yeah, but like it's like I don't know, it's kind of like you'll ever read like Coraline?
Yeah.
You feel, Josie, at the mention of weird mom stuff, you
Mhm.
get like a sharp pain, like right behind your eyes, almost as if like sand like flew into them from like wind, but you don't
Yeah.
feel it on your eye, you feel it behind.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a voice being like, hey, maybe don't say anything about me.
Mm.
And you all would see like Josie wince.
are you okay?
The headache?
Was it pretty bad or?
Yeah, I think it's like it's one of those like instant headaches where you get like a pinch like it behind your eye almost. I don't know, maybe just like from the car ride.
But
We
you
were
were
in the car
talking
for a
about
while.
weird mom stuff?
Yeah, I think I just need like a second.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
yeah. No, you're fine. What about you, Vernon?
I saw the girl who turned to me, and she was there talking to me. Not my mom, though.
I mean, in a way, didn't she bore you into the vampire world?
Fuck.
Whoa. I've never heard you say fuck before, I don't think.
I'm having an existential crisis.
Whoa, hey, it's okay. Why?
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's over.
Oh.
Cool.
Sick.
Whatever.
You still have the
wait,
sunglasses on?
Vernon, I never asked you this. Whatever happened, like, when you turned, what happened to your family? Like, your parents? You had to have parents, right?
Yeah. I left. They wanted no part of me.
You
They
told
died
them.
many years ago. They I don't think they knew, but they thought something was up. So I just left. It was better that I just leave. So they're dead many years ago. have no idea what happened.
I'm sorry, Vernon.
It's okay.
What's something happy we could talk about?
Alaska, have you had any weird dreams?
You start to say that, and you see Alaska kind of like perk up, and she like grabs your arm and starts like looking around. Do you smell that?
What's going on?
No, wait, what is it?
Oh shit. And as she says that, she kind of turns around to look behind her, and you guys see two figures making their way up to you from the other side of the beach. And it's getting just dark enough now that you can only really make out their silhouettes until they get closer. And you see two individuals that seem to be maybe like Alaska's age, like making them about like juniors or seniors in high school. You see this like guy, short, kind of brownish hair, huge muscles, just like lumbering up to you. And you see with him is a woman who is like got long dark black hair kind of like down past her back, also very very like muscular. And they walk up, and the guy kind of like saunters up to you guys and is just like, well, what do we have here? Can we join you guys? It smells like you have a little something to share.
Sure. Yeah, we're visiting from Canes.
Nice. Oh, Canes. Where the fuck is that?
Oregon.
Names? It's like a big city.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we don't really get out much. Sorry. Hey, my name is Jack. This is my sister Penny. We thought maybe you guys didn't live around here. Oh, Steve.
What's going on with you two? There's something weird happening here.
Are you
Nice. Something weird is happening with you too, huh, buddy? Yeah.
Are you all from
And
here?
you two also, we could smell, and they point to you in Alaska.
What?
You could smell us?
Yeah, the weed,
Yeah.
right?
And Penny starts to sit in between Alaska and Ronni, kind of like takes up a spot on the log. No. We smelled your Eunice. You smell like us. You smell disgusting. She points to Vernon.
Oh shit. That's what you get
I
for
like-
calling Onyx a dog.
I lock eyes with Alaska. Like, kind of panicked, kind of thrilled.
Yeah, and now that they're closer and it's been pointed out to you, you were kind of like clouded by the weed smell, and Alaska was able to catch it first. But you smell that these two are clearly some variation of like
Holy shit.
werewolf.
Mm.
And Vernon, you can smell it too. You smell an overwhelming stench of wet dog.
Wait, are you guys...
We're all safe here, right? Jack says.
Yeah, we're all weirdos.
Okay, I thought Twilight was just like a movie, but is this place like supernatural in some way or something? Like,
did you guys come just specifically for Twilight?
What if we did?
I mean, not specifically.
That's really cute. And
I've never seen it.
Kind of wild. All right, well, don't bother. it's real in the sense of like whatever real is, but I mean like
What?
and Penny kind of like hits Jack. It's real.
Wait, so you guys turn into big wolves?
When we need to.
Interesting.
Are you from here?
Yeah. Yeah, we live down the beach. And we haven't smelt any new people for a long time, so.
Well, listen, I don't, and I hope this isn't. We don't mean to be encroaching on any territory or anything.
No, this is honestly like kind of refreshing. And she like looks at all of you, and you can tell that like Jack is trying to like be kind of protective, and like a machismo way, but
Yeah.
Penny is like excited, and she kind of leans in, and especially like to you, Steve. She goes, I don't really know what your deal is, but like we were excited that, you know, we haven't like had people that weren't us around. Are there things where you're from?
Yeah. I'm not necessarily. I'm not something you're gonna smell.
Yeah, you two are very interesting. You, and she points to you, Josie. And she like kind of lowers her eyes.
Josie's a normie.
Yeah, okay.
Steve saying it, Sophie.
Okay. And Jack kind of speaks up and looks at Alaska and you, Onyx. Sorry, I didn't mean to like derail any of your hangout, but we just didn't know that out of towners could also.
Here it's only people of your culture.
Well, yeah. I hate that Twilight is right, but
So, do you have? I mean, Onyx, do you have any like indigenous blood in your family? Do you know?
Bruh, my parents don't talk to me. I don't know.
Her parents.
My parents, as
her
far as
parents
I'm
are
concerned,
perma wolves.
are full wolf.
Does that happen?
Feral.
Has anybody in your culture ever like stayed wolf? Onyx, maybe we could.
you see
maybe these people could
Jack
really
and
help you.
Penny. Jack and Penny kind of look at each other. And
I don't think they always were.
we've never heard of that before. Ours is heritage. It's a legacy. We, it's to protect our perma-wolf. They're wolves. Like they're fully.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
but
At one point, they were a family, though.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if they made some deal with the devil or whatever, but
Who would do that?
They look at each other and they're like, that's not the same at all. And Penny kind of scoots a little bit towards Alaska and addresses both of you and is like, if you're cursed.
hey, what the fuck? I like just met you. Can you
Well, sorry, we just.
cursed? What do you mean cursed?
Wait, you're saying, is it possible for this to happen to somebody who isn't of your lineage? Through
We've heard of
curse?
deals being made with dark forces.
I mean, Onyx, remember Remember Mother?
I don't remember.
Mother.
Yeah, there's like I was trying to track down my parents for a while and went and like broke into the place where they used to live, and this like creature showed up, and I don't know, it's like not really made its way into like any of the rest of our lives, so maybe it's just like in the past, but it kind of like insinuated that my parents like traded something with her so that all
Wait
of
a,
us would have this like supernatural ability.
wait a minute. In my. Well, I mean, it was probably just a dream. But in my dream, when my mom started acting really weird, it was like she had two voices almost. And one of them was the voice that mother used.
Steve, the voice of Mother was in your dream?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say that before? That's
I mean, I just
I
kind of
thought there'd
I
be
just recognized that's where I remember that voice from.
That's like some textbook demon shit right there.
Yeah, that's.
Has
What do
anyone
you mean
else
I'm
has
first?
anyone else here had any interaction with Mother?
I don't know that I know that it's Mother.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just to
you
be
weren't
clear.
there. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
weren't there.
I'm not trying to like.
No,
hide
no,
from
no.
you.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
being silly.
Yeah.
How do I what would breaking the curse mean? Like not being a werewolf anymore? Like that feels like giving up literally my whole self.
All I know is that if anybody comes to us asking us to make deals, let's not do that, okay?
Yeah, let's. Not to tell you guys what to do, Jack says, but
I didn't
making
make
a deal with a dark entity is rule number 1 for getting fucked up.
I put on a fourth pair of gloves.
Oh no.
Penny kind of looks at you and like has
He's weird. He's weird.
He's one of them.
Wait, is that
Yeah,
also
but
true
he's
in the
chill.
movie that
He's
you
our
guys
friend.
are you guys kind of at odds? Wait, are there other vampires here?
Morning, it's your chance to find love.
Onyx, the fact that
Okay.
wow, you're awesome.
I think I mean, and Penny like stops Jack knowing that he's going to be insensitive, and she leans in to like the fire that you guys have built, and like her face kind of dances in the glow, and her eyes reflect this like flame and brighten, and she says, all I know is that being cursed to this form is disrespectful, not only to you, but to all who carry this as a beacon of a familial gift. And if this is a part of your identity, this is not a part that you should want to carry with you.
Mm.
For what you are is not real.
What I am isn't real. I've been this way my whole life. I didn't make a deal. I didn't choose anything. I'm not like appropriating your culture. This is just like me.
It's not that. It is that what you are is a curse. It is not a gift.
Hey, stop calling her a curse.
Jack kind of gets defensive and said, she's not calling her a curse. She's saying that the way that she carries this is a curse.
How do I get uncursed?
Penny kind of ignores and is not fazed by any of the tension that she's herself creating.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks around to all of you. The only way to break the curse is to end that which cursed you. If there is a talisman, you must destroy it. If it was an entity, you must destroy it.
Okay, so
How do
that's
we...
probably...
If it's an entity, how do we get in contact with it?
You are in contact with it.
What?
If you are cursed by it, you have access to it.
Okay, I like again look at Alaska. I'm like, are you in contact with Mother or
Alaska, like, nods her head.
nods her head or shakes her head?
Or, sorry, nods her head, shakes her head. She shakes
like-
her head no. And she looks at you, Ronni, on the other side of Penny. Gosh, so many names. On the other side of Penny, and she kind of leans forward and says, "Is this something like your dad would know how to handle, or like, do you know?"
Yeah, I mean,
Cursed.
I definitely have some resources. Hold on, and I'll just like get on my phone and I'll text. I feel like at this point, because my dad is like the face of the show, he's
Mhm.
got like a research person on the
Yeah.
show.
Oh my gosh, it's your
And
own Eddie.
I have my like very own professional Eddie. And I would text them and um just say like make it really vague, like friend heard a story trying to figure out if this could be true. What do you know about? And then give like the basics of just like the paranormal stuff.
Okay. You don't immediately get a response back, but it is out there.
Great.
Penny kind of stands up and she like tugs Jack and she's like, "I'm so sorry. We just got excited that there were new people. We didn't mean to ruin your night. We didn't mean to call you anything other than what you are, but we've just never heard of our gift being used as a curse."
I never even. It's fine. Like, I'm excited too. I've never met any other werewolves except my siblings, and
Your siblings? And she points to you in Alaska.
yeah, and our two younger siblings too.
And they're all shifters.
Yeah,
They were born
But your
with
parents
it,
are
right?
wolves?
yeah. I don't know where they even are right now, but I mean, I didn't know there was a different way to be what I am. It's all I've ever known.
Well, I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but if you want to, hang out, we can see what more we can tell you. How long are you all in town for?
Just overnight.
Huh. Well, come meet us. We can come into town. We can get coffee with you guys tomorrow. I have something maybe that might, I don't know, help take the edge off if you're wanting to try to get rid of this in a slower way. And Penny kind of like slaps him in the shoulder. Jack, that's barbaric. And he goes, what? I just, maybe if she wants to, like, I don't know.
You
slow
have
it
something
down.
that could, what, strip me of my shifting?
If that's what you want, I don't know. Like, it seemed, I don't know what it is to be you, but if you're wanting a little bit more control while you try to figure it out. But hey, you don't have to.
I guess, yeah, let's meet for coffee tomorrow. I don't know. I guess I do like avoid shifting. I don't really have control when I changed.
You see Penny start to like tug at Jack's shirt, and she whispers, "Come on, we gotta go, otherwise." And she kind of looks at you, Vernon. Yeah, okay. Whew, nice to meet you all, Steve and everyone.
Be careful out there.
He looks at you and narrows his eyes. Yeah. Will be careful. And he like turns. And the two of them walk away. Penny kind of looks at you as she walks Onyx and at Alaska as well.
Jeez Louise.
That was fucking weird.
Well, that was unexpected. Do you think that they're hired actors?
No, I
But
could
just like hang
they
out.
were close.
They're
You all
hired actors,
know what
then
it's
they
like
just
to have a
knew a
nose
lot.
like this.
No, I know. I was just
No, they would
making light of
definitely.
the situation.
I don't fucking know what to do though. Like, feels like I've got to be stripped of my literal whole identity. Was that I just found out is
Why?
like bad.
Because they said so?
Well, I don't know. Apparently, my kind of werewolf is disrespectful to werewolfdom.
That's just two people who said that. That doesn't necessarily mean that's
How the fuck do
true.
they know?
Yeah, they're wrong.
I mean,
Okay.
this is your family and your blood and like your choice also.
I know, but I know that my family is like, there's something suspicious that went on that I don't know about. Like,
So get to the bottom of it. Don't let it like affect how you feel about yourself.
can you let me know if your dad's contacts turn up anything? I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I reached out.
I
They,
literally,
they don't find anything now. Like sometimes they'll find something down the road. So like, I'll let you know. But
yeah, it's just so confusing for her to be like, you have contact. If you're cursed, you have contact with the being that cursed you. It's like, you think I wouldn't know if I had contact with mother?
I know this might sound like obvious, but you guys have like gone to the library and like done some research, right? Or like at least Googled some stuff.
Reading's hard.
We
I mean,
Google stuff for the podcast.
Yeah, we've researched some stuff.
yeah, but like stuff about like you, about like this situation. I don't know, it just could help. Like sometimes there's like weird stories that are like seem like they're myths from some culture, but then you're like, oh no, that's actually real, and that like helps me solve this thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Ronnie's
Just a
always been
thought.
real smart.
I just like the first step of investigation is research, you know?
Fair. Sometimes I Google werewolf movies just to see if there's any that I haven't seen. Twilight's one of the
I
only
mean,
ones.
here's the thing though, is that like that's good knowledge. So like what do you know about werewolves and similar stuff from werewolf movies that could apply to this situation?
Surprisingly, one of the more accurate witch movies is The Covenant.
Good to know.
With Sebastian Stan when he was younger.
Mm.
It's a bad movie,
that was
but
really
it's
like
kind of accurate.
ruffling my
Fur?
fur at a certain point. Ugh.
Alaska has clearly been affected by like the knowledge that there are other werewolves and kind of grappling with the same potential like realization that this is a curse, and she hasn't been as involved as you have. She's heard it from the outskirts and has had her own suspicions as well, but is not nearly as deep in this. It's clearly very rattled, and she kind of stands up and says, I'm just gonna take a walk to see if I can collect some more of this driftwood. Hang tight. I'll be right back. And she like goes towards the same way that that Jack and Penny went off at.
You want me to come with you?
No, you're good. You're good. Keep the fire going. I'm gonna see if I can find like the driest stuff. And she like she doesn't like run off, but she just like walks and is like looking along the dry line up the beach.
Psst,
Can I get up and say, I gotta pee, so I'll walk with you and find a place and like run after her?
Okay, but I'm okay. Weird.
Okay.
Not weird. The pee part. Whatever. Yeah. Do whatever.
I'm
you need
gonna
to
like go a little away from you, but I'm not trying to be by myself in the woods.
do. Okay.
As soon as they
That's
walk
fair
away, I look at Onyx and I say, Alaska's flirting with my friend.
I know. And your friend is flirting back, to be clear.
I know.
Ew.
Yeah. Ew.
At this point, as this all is happening, Josie, you have not gotten a text from Tori in like the last at least 3 hours.
Oof.
Like basically since you rolled up and told her that you made it, and sent her a little picture of the Airbnb. She hearted the message and said, glad you made it safe. Tell me about the trip. And maybe you messaged her back of like what you guys had gotten up to, but it has been not responded to.
Oh
no. I'm trying to like tell myself, I'm like, it's like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. probably now, that it's like now almost like 1 in.the.morning on the East Coast. So it's like, I'm not gonna hear back from her, it's fine. But I am now like thinking about like how I'm like having to calm myself down, and that's giving me anxiety. Like, why is this bothering me? And like keep looking at my phone. Like I get buzzes of like texts from like my dad checking in and be like, oh, is it? Damn, no.
Yeah. You hear that voice in your head calmly tell you, hey, it's gonna be okay.
I know.
She still loves you. But you are way too good for her.
Please.
No, you are. You would text back.
I mean, yeah, of course I would.
Situation.
And I know that she's got all these friends and like has to focus on class, but like it just, she should want to text me back.
She should. And you deserve someone who will text you back. You deserve someone who would move the earth for you. Would she move the earth for you? Or do you move the earth for her?
I mean, I was the one who went out there for her, right? And it's on my spring break. I know that she has to be at class, but like, I went out there for her spring break.
And you feel a buzz.
Mhm.
And you see her name pop up on your screen.
Mhm.
Tori with a little purple heart.
Mhm.
And a text message that reads, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I was cramming. Big final tomorrow. Don't want to fail it. A little nervous. I'm sorry I've been distant. This is really hard. And I'm really tired. But I love you so much."
I type back just "it's cool" with a like purple heart and hit send and put my phone away. Which is as brutal as I think Josie's willing to be
Yeah.
right now.
Honestly, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Go ahead and will you roll to shut someone down?
Yeah. I feel ill.
I know. I was like, this is like the worst thing. I feel like I know you all so much at this point that I'm like, I can fuck with you.
Okay. Keep my cool. I think.
Shut someone down, which is still with cold. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
cold.
Cool. I because my character's changed, I have to like keep going back to like double check.
What?
Because I'm alive now.
You were never dead. Gaslighting. This makes my stomach hurt, honestly.
Yeah,
There's
this
nothing
is
worse.
really hard.
Ugh.
I would read so much into that. That this is really hard. I would
To
read
do-
so into that.
Josephine rolls cold to do be mean to my girlfriend.
Do you be mean to the girl?
That's a 12. That
With a
is
full success,
a
yeah.
fucking success. So you text this, and woof, boy, does she feel like dismissed. I would say that based on your knowledge of the situation, you put your phone away, you feel it buzz one time, a second time, 3 times, and you can look at it if you want, but you don't have to.
No, honestly, I think it feels better for Josie to like now like one, to know that like she's texting me, know that it's probably her, and like to have some sort of sense of like power in this dynamic.
Yeah.
Of like,
thank God I'm married.
I would say go ahead then, Josie. Based on what you're feeling right now, you have the option that Tori can lose a string on you, which she did have, so gain 1 on them. They gain a condition, or you take 1 forward is the choices for shutting someone down.
Do I get to like choose the condition, or
Yeah.
I think like because what my intent here is, and like what I want her to feel, and like in this moment of like kind of being shitty to her, and like not only that, but like trying to give myself power and like uplift myself. I want her to feel guilty.
Okay, so yeah, she has the condition of guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime she is interacting with you, whether it is text or IRL, there is going to be that element until solid steps are taken to rectify that.
Wait,
so
does
I think
Tori get a condition, or does
Tori-
Josie?
Tori does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Josie
Conditions
are
imposed
a
a
bad
condition
thing.
on Tori's.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it
Yeah.
could be a hot thing.
Hot thing.
And then sometimes you use conditioner, which is good for your hair.
Mm-hmm.
That was stupid. I don't know why I
And
said that.
shoulders.
Hey.
Okay, so you feel
See
a
what
couple
honesty
more
demands.
buzzes, and you feel that kind of a little bit of empowerment. She's hanging on your line for what feels like for once, and you hear one last kind of purr in your head. You go, Josie.
Josie like sucks her teeth and like pulls out a pack of cigarettes. Tap tap tap. Lights one.
Josie, what are you doing?
What?
Are you smoking a cigarette?
They're just cloves.
Isn't that
Can I
like
have one?
worse? Ronnie, you're
What?
gone.
Oh,
You went to pee.
I went to pee. Sorry, bye.
Speaking of, Ronnie, do you actually go to make it look like you're gonna try to use the bathroom, or do you follow Alaska?
I mean, I think that I would mostly follow Alaska, and then once I found a place that I felt like there was a tree nearby, I'd be like, "Will you just like stay here? I don't like being in the woods by myself."
You're scared of big bad wolves? No, that was stupid. I'm sorry. As soon as I said it,
I mean,
I
like, to be
fucking
honest,
regret it.
I never was, and then I found out that like that's like a thing I should be scared of, and now I feel like I kind of am.
Are you scared of me?
I'm not scared of you.
I'm a killer, Ronnie.
I'm a kill. This is the skin of a killer, Ronnie.
As if you could outrun me.
um Alaska like kind of chuckles to herself, and then turns as if she's like looking away from you. Do what you need to do.
And I'll like duck behind a tree.
You go to do your business, and come back, and where you left her standing, she is not there.
Fuck. Can I see if I can follow her? Can I like see if I can tell which way she went?
She jumps from behind a rock behind
Oh
you
my
and
God.
scares the shit out of you.
Not
See, that's why you
funny.
would be scared of me. Otherwise, I'm not scary.
Okay, but you were supposed to be like guarding me in that moment,
No,
right?
you're fine. You're probably
Oh
more
my
fine than I
God.
am out here.
Okay, so what are you doing out here really? Because you said you're gonna collect some shit. I don't know. What are
I
you
was
actually
really going to collect
doing?
some shit because the fire was dying and nobody seemed to be getting up because, no offense, my sister and your friends are kind of very useless.
How are you
Good
not
for
supposed
some
to take
things,
offense to
but
that?
like not good at, I drove us here. I got us into the thing. Nobody wants to share bedrooms. They can't decide anything.
Yeah, they need.
And what
they
is
need a
going
girl.
on with fucking my sister and your friend Steve?
Man, I don't know. I told him that he should just like tell her or ask her, but he's being real weird about it. And
He's being like
I,
really weird about it, and he's being like
okay,
so
but she's being really weird about
simpy.
it too. So
Is she? I don't even think she knows. I don't even think she fucking knows what's
come
going
on,
on.
she's gotta know at this point.
No, she's dense, man. She like can't. Like if Josh hadn't even like made any sort of move on her and was just waiting for her, never would happen. Nothing would ever happen.
I think Steve's just like worried that if it doesn't go well, it's gonna like ruin their whole friendship, which
Well,
is
it
fair,
will.
I guess. But do you think it'll go badly? Like it
Yeah.
seems like why?
I don't know. I just get a feeling that like Steve will get very sad about it and Onyx will get very angry about it and it will just not be like his sadness will feed her anger and her anger will feed his sadness.
You don't think she's gonna be more mad if she finds out that he hasn't told her and has been keeping it from her?
That's a good point. What would make her more mad? To not be told something or to be told something she doesn't want to hear.
Do you think she likes him?
I think she likes him in the sense of like that they have been friends for like a year and a half. I don't know. It kind of feels like what I can gather is that she kind of replaced you. Not like, I'm sorry, that's.
I mean,
not like
nobody can replace me, but thank you.
That's fair. You do
I
seem
think that
irreplaceable.
obviously. I think that you're her sister and probably could figure it out. And it might be kind of fun to be like matchmakers.
Okay, but you're gonna go back to fucking Los Angeles and I don't know, can you like help me from afar or
Absolutely. I've got
because
like,
I don't have the thing with Steve that you have, so I might need you to help me on his side and I'll help on her side and
I mean, absolutely. And I mean, I'm not gone like forever. I mean, summer break is like super soon and you know, I was able to drive here for spring break, so
which is pretty dope. You're like what? 16?
yep.
Already driving like I mean, I knew I
I
grew up
mean,
feral
it's
in the
not
woods,
that.
but that's pretty
Yeah,
liberating.
it is pretty cool. I mean, I'm an only child and it's just my dad and I, so I'm like by myself. Like I do a lot just like
The
by
dream.
myself. So yeah, I don't know. It's not as cool as you might think, but the convertible is cool
Yeah.
and a good perk.
I mean, I'm raising 3 kids, so
Yeah, that's fucked. Like, where are they right now?
I don't know, probably running around in the I told them to be at least stay out of anybody's way and be home by 10.
Like, how old are they?
I feel like I should know this, but I think Cody is 12 and Juno is 10. So like, they're
I mean, you're talking
individuals.
about having a lot of freedom. That's a lot of freedom they got.
Yeah, they're smart as hell though. They get good grades.
I mean, yeah. So it seems like they're kind of raising themselves and you have some free time.
She like smiles. I guess you're right. What to do with all this free time?
I mean, LA's pretty cool.
I did apply to a school in LA.
Mm,
I haven't
what
told
school?
Onyx yet, though.
You haven't told. Well, I mean, have you gotten accepted?
I'm waiting to hear, but I'm supposed to hear sometime next week.
Well, let me know. If you want to like come look at the campus or whatever.
Okay.
Got a place to stay?
Okay, we better get back before they think that anything
Yeah.
but
Did
gathering
you
firewood.
pick up any firewood? Because I did not.
Yeah, here. I've been eyeing this pile, and she like goes over and picks up like a couple sticks that are like clearly very like damp. She goes, "Fuck, they're gonna whatever. Who cares? Who cares?" And
cares?
she like kind of hurriedly, like makes her way back, with you, back to the campfire. Throws some sticks on the fire. It immediately sizzles out. Oh man, darn. Guess we should go back to the. Sorry.
I mean, it's kind of late. It's kind of cold. We said we would do some shit tomorrow, so
Yeah, are you guys cool if we go back? That was
Sure.
kind of
Sure,
fucked up about the.
Kind of a crazy night in Forks, am I right?
Who would have thought that this was real? Guys, is Twilight real?
Apparently,
Twilight
all
might be
of
real.
Twilight is real.
That's
I
what
don't know. We
thought.
haven't
So-
seen any actual
yeah, we should find the
vampires.
vampires.
They maybe they
Vernon,
ran
can
them
you
out.
Jasper, did
smell
you,
them?
Vernon, did you know this, and that's why you brought the gloves and the rope?
Were you gonna strangle a werewolf tonight?
I wasn't going to strangle a werewolf. I didn't know this. This was all part of a fun joke because I wanted you all to think that I was doing nefarious things, but in fact, I'm just having fun. This is my way of having fun.
Aw, Vernon.
You're crazy, Vernon.
It cuts to you all running back to the car on the beach, and it's the Benny Hill theme song with like, you all pile back into the van. At this point, it's pitch black out. You make your way through the winding roads back to the main strip of Forks. Find your way into your rooms, the 2 rooms that you got for the night. Where does everybody end up individually?
Josie just wants to be in a bed near an outlet so she can plug her phone in. It's like she doesn't care where she is, what room she's in, as long as she can get that.
Easily enough, you charge in, and you don't hear a voice, but you hear kind of like you feel a sense of pride for like asserting yourself and your needs, and aren't worried at all that anybody is mad at you.
I mean, I guess we'll just do the Vernon and me in one room.
Vernon, you in one room, cool. And then
Believe
I would say there's
Alaska
there's 2 beds in each room, so like 2 like decent sized beds. So like you and Vernon could have your own bed, but if Vernon's not sleeping, then Alaska, Josie, Onyx, and Ronni would be 2 to a bed, which like would still be a comfortable situation.
I mean, listen, I don't want to like. I mean, there's a whole separate bed in there, guys, that Vernon's not going to use. If someone wants to use it,
I would like.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would assume that I am just sharing a bed with Alaska, so I think it would be up to Alaska if she's gonna choose something different.
Alaska, like, flops down on one of the beds and like pulls the covers over her head and just says good night.
So I like go over and like set my backpack on the bed next to her and like good night, Alaska, sweet dreams.
Josie, I'm just gonna go right to sleep. If you just want to sleep in the other bed in our room, and there's an outlet right next to it.
Sick. I like without like really even like looking up from my phone. Like,
I feel like that's the safest decision because we just know Josie's gonna be on her phone the whole time.
Yeah. So Josie and Steve in one room, Vernon probably facing a corner, Blair Witch style. Alaska and Onyx in one bed, and then Ronni, you get a whole bed to yourself, which feels amazing since you've been sleeping on Steve's couch for the past week. And you do notice that you, even though you're in a separate bed, you and Alaska are like on the opposite sides of, and she looks at you and kind of smiles before she closes her eyes.
I feel like we would leave it at that.
Yeah.
Her sister's in the room.
Yep. Is it anybody else have anything they want to do before sleep takes you? And I meant that in an ominous way.
I do check the text messages from Tori, and even if they're just like, "Hey, no, really, I am so sorry. Like, I love you. Like, or like, hey, I'm sorry. Like, this is just so stressful for me. Whatever. Like, whatever. You don't necessarily have to like come up with the words.
No,
just give a vibe.
It is exactly that of like, I really am sorry. I miss you. I love you. And then she does the last text message is, maybe we can do a FaceTime, and you can show me your where you're staying, essentially. And or she says maybe in the morning we can do a FaceTime, because the next day would be like Saturday or something, so she would have no class or anything. So yeah, she just basically is like, clearly the vibe is that she has been busy, and she does miss you, and she feels guilty. Anyone else?
At some point, like in the night, I do come back into the room with a shovel, just lay it against the wall, and just sit in a chair, facing away from Josie and Steve.
If Steve is awake when that happens, I think he genuinely laughs at that.
Yeah.
I think like we are both awake. Like, I'm on my phone and like I like
it's that giggly sleepover energy.
We just can't stop laughing. Like, to the point where I almost hope that Vernon also starts laughing in the corner.
It's like a mid laughter. Steve's like, "Okay, Vernon, I get it. It is actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty good, Vernon. It's pretty good." The long con. That was a really good payoff there.
And I think you guys would hear from the room across from yours, like just light giggling of just like sleepover energy.
Vernon's like, yeah. Cut to there's like a fresh grave. So
yeah. He's got dirt smeared on his head.
You won't be seeing Penny again.
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
I think because Steve's having a little bit of I kind of wanted this night to go differently. You know what I mean? Like kind of that energy. I think he once the sleepy energy has died down, he does this thing where he's like, "Hey Josie," but he knows that she's either asleep or on her phone, and he doesn't say it, he says it out loud, but not loud enough to actually be heard or recognize, if that makes sense. He's not, it's more so to himself.
Yeah.
But he just goes as he's falling asleep, he's like, "Hey Josie, I think I really like Onyx." And then he just goes to sleep.
Did you say duh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk more about this, but I'm so fucking tired.
The tired that you are when you've been in a car for most of the day and then did stuff.
And then we were all about to crash at 8-9 p.m. and then we pushed past it and then got to that giggly phase, and so now it's just oh yeah.
Yeah.
Such
Oh,
a
yeah,
good.
for
It's such a
sure.
good tired.
It's a fun tired for
Yeah.
sure. Uh, you all find yourselves asleep in this eerie town where you have kind of just learned that all of the things that you thought were fiction are actually maybe rooted in some sort of truth. And Onyx, especially you find yourself falling asleep with the notion of how ridiculous it is that you ever thought any of this could have not been real, because you exist. And even if it isn't in the same way that the people that you met tonight exist, you are very much real, and your experience is real. And what you are learning and what you are feeling is absolutely 100% non-fiction. And you picture the faces of Jack and Penny and the concern that they felt at hearing about why you are the way you are. And whatever you make of that, and whatever road you take to handle it, you definitely feel like you will lose a major part of who you are and who you become. Vernon, the laughter dies down in your room. You set the shovel down. The joke is over. The bit is over. You actually managed to make your friends laugh. And you see movement outside of your room's window. And as you stand up to try to see where the movement is coming from, you see 3 shadowed figures moving like across and away from the Miller Tree Inn. Do you follow? Do you stay?
Absolutely follow.
Amazing. You managed to sneak downstairs and quietly out the door. If you were to open the window, it would be too much, and you would wake up or risk waking up Josie and Steve. But you're able to sneak out and down through the bed and breakfast and out the door towards the figures. And you think that because of the pace that they were moving that you wouldn't catch up with them so quickly, but you are startled to see that they are waiting for you in like a wooded kind of mossy ferny area that's like a little bit behind the bed and breakfast. And you see 3 of the most beautifully flawless individuals that you have ever seen, except in some of your travels to your other brethren. You see 3 pale individuals. One very coiffed, almost like feminine looking man with like high cheekbones, very sharp features, wearing like a green uh, jacket that's open at the chest. And with him are two just like stunning women. One very tall with like brown flowing hair, and another one with like blonde, just very curly, almost like unkempt, messy, chic. And they all stand and they look at you, and their eyes are like this kind of light amber, and it reflects the street lights that are coming like away from the building. And the brown-haired girl kind of steps forward, and she's like, "Hi. Oh my gosh, we thought that there was someone new in town. This is so exciting. Hi, my name's Alex."
Vernon, Jasper. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Oh my gosh. Jasper?
Jasper.
You must know Lilith.
I do, yes. Lilith is my sister.
Oh my gosh. And she like looks to the other two. That's so amazing. That's Lilith's brother. Oh my gosh. And like they are excited as well. The male steps forward, and he puts out his hand and he says, "Hi, I'm Jensen.
Vernon, Jasper.
Pleasure to meet you.
You all friends with my sister, Lilith?
We've known her in passing. We've run in the same circles a couple times, and with these things. But it's been a long time since we've seen her, and it's been a long time since we've seen anyone else."
Wow, you should drop by the club sometimes. We get down.
We try, but it's been a little precarious in our side of town. I don't know if you've heard.
Werewolves.
Well, they aren't our biggest problem right now.
Do you mind if I record this conversation? I have a feeling something big is about to happen.
And the blonde-haired one, who has at this point been really, really like just carefully listening and quiet and a little bit like standoffish, snaps a little bit at you, and is like, "I'd prefer you don't. I don't wish to be recorded. I don't wish for my presence to be made public in any way." And the other two kind of like shush her, and Alex looks at her and says, "Lorelai, please. What are you using this recording for?"
It'll be anonymous. No one will find out. But I'm investigating certain creatures or events or mysteries that happened. And you seem like you have stumbled upon one. So give me the details.
Lorelai steps forward and says, "I'll tell you then. Fine. You want to record me? We're being hunted." Sound familiar?
Yeah. By who?
We don't know. There's your mystery. And Jensen kind of blocks Lorelai off and says, "Please forgive our sister. She's recently lost. We've all recently lost some of our own, and at first we thought it was our nasty neighbors. But they've been moving south. And we think that they're gone from our region, but if we remember correctly, and if Lilith still lives in the area, they're headed towards Kane's.
That's disconcerting, to say the least. I appreciate you telling us this. I'm glad that it's out of your hair so you can concentrate on your werewolf problem. I myself have traveled recently with 2 werewolves, and
They
well,
all like, what?
while of course they do smell like wet dog, they are
Awful.
both well, at least one of them is an upstanding, nice citizen, and both of them are tolerable, and I would defend them.
Interesting. Alex smiles and steps towards you, puts her hand on your shoulder and says, well, I think that's an excellent mindset to have for the fight ahead.
It will be a fight.
Be careful.
Yep.
How long are you in town?
Just tonight, I think. Maybe we're leaving sometime soon. So, if we want to all, like, get together and fuck or whatever. I assume that's what's going on here.
Are these siblings?
Rosalie. Lorelai looks shocked. Alex like laughs in like a polite like way. Jensen looks at you, Vernon. Keep talking.
I'm just I figured that's where we're heading, so I just want to cut to the chase. There's 2 people in my room. I could check if they're would take a break, but maybe not. So if you have a place, I'm willing to go there.
Jensen turns around, looks at Lorelai and Alex, and says, I'll take this one. And they like put their hands up, and Lorelai immediately just turns around and like sternly walks away. Alex pats Jensen on the shoulder and says, don't stay out too late. And Jensen looks at you, Vernon.
Before we get started, do you have any duct tape?
He smiles and chuckles a little bit. And that is where we'll end tonight's episode of Monsterhearts Sophomore
What the
Year
hell,
Immortal
guys?
Vampires
Insane.
in the town of Forks, Washington.
Keeping it feral.
And yeah, I don't know what to, what to say to that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Werewolves and vampires are real, and Stephanie Myers had it right.
Wow.
Thank
I
you
didn't
so
see
much
that coming,
for
actually.
joining. Yeah, I really went back and forth on it. I was like, it feels like it would be so boring to make it just absolutely not real, but it feels like
Yeah.
it is fan service to make it real.
I love it.
Thank you so much. Join us for the final 2 episodes coming up of Monsterhearts Sophomore Year. We have 2 more episodes to figure out how we are going to finish Forks, Washington, and get a full production of Grease on the books.
Season has been crazy.
Join us on our Discord if you like what you see tonight. You can get little secret snippets and talk with the cast during the game about all your thoughts and feelings about Twilight and subsequently other vampire lore. Follow us on social medias. We love you. Build your vampire communities, build your werewolf communities, build your little freak monster communities, and keep each other safe, keep each other well. We love you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.